Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about a very eye-catching headline. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Lenny Eckstein and Luke Otero.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey everybody.
Hello.
Hey-oh, so yeah, we're going to be talking today about a fun random topic that I saw come up. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, we're just going to pull a question from the small talk game that we have here and just throw it out there for the group, and we're going to answer it. So I'm just grabbing randomly here. Let's see here. And, okay, here we go. Here we go. I don't know. I know the answer to two of these. But I don't really know kind of what they're like, so we'll kind of get into that. So do you have any siblings? And if so, what are they like? What are they like? Justine, you have a sibling?
I do. I have a brother who is 8 years older than me.
Okay. What's he like?
He is very quiet.
Okay.
Quieter than me. He is very OCD, more OCD than me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We're a lot alike in some ways, and we're very different in ways.
So is he a hard-working guy, fun-loving guy? What type of person is he?
Yeah, I think our parents raised us. He has the same work ethic that I do. So,
Okay.
He's always there. If you need something, you can call him and he will drop everything and come help you.
Okay.
I don't know. He raised my nephews, who are the same way as him. They are very helpful, and I don't know.
All right.
They play soccer.
They play soccer. My brother played hockey growing up, but yeah, my nephews play soccer.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of biased because he's my brother, but I think he's cool.
Okay. All right. Lenny, you've got a sister right out in California.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. She was actually just out here last week.
Okay.
So, one sister. Some interesting things that I've observed about her. She's 3 years younger than me, so close in age. And we're pretty similar in a lot of ways. One thing that I think is interesting is now I won't do her job title or description justice by saying this, but she's basically a school counselor.
Okay.
But she's like one of the highest up school counselors for the school district in San Francisco. But I always find it fascinating that she's guiding children or students when her life is by no means is a disaster, but her decision making over the course of her life was so bad. Like growing up in our 20s, like I had to get her out of jail for biting a security guard. Like there's all kinds of stories. Oh my God!
So she was wild back in the day.
Not wild like
well, biting a security guard.
Well, yes, wild, but wild like out of nowhere. You're like, what is going on here?
Right.
Now, with that said, she's I don't know how long it's been, but she stopped drinking maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 8 years ago. And it always kind of annoyed me a little because I was like, what gives? Like, I tried to be carefully, like not push too hard, but push stuff like, maybe you could have a drink. Like, is it really that big of a deal?
Right.
Now, she said something to me, which was pretty enlightening and interesting to me. So I was kind of bugging her a little bit. And then I was talking about a whiskey event I went to. And I'm sure you guys have been to events like this where the attendees get, I don't know, like 10 tickets or something, and it's good for 10 samples. Yeah, they can buy more tickets. Yeah. Well, I mean, whether you guys know or not, we hate that as suppliers and distilleries. I don't want to. It's my job to give as many people as possible my whiskey. I don't give a fuck if they have a ticket or not. Okay. If they're in the event, I'm pouring whiskey for them. So anyway, this is a weird way of saying. I was telling her about how much I hate this format and how, some people have like a ton of tickets in the night and something. And she was like, if I was there with my friends and I got their tickets, I would drink all the tickets worth. I could not drink every single one. I was like, oh, wow. That's to me insightful. And, I thought it was interesting. That was the first time I realized, like, well, you know yourself. I am not wired that way. I would have a few drinks and be like, I am fucking done. Yeah. She would not stop. So I thought, it's always interesting to get insight from someone who trusts someone enough to really disclose how they are and stuff. So we're different that way, that's for sure.
Yeah. Luke, I have no idea. I've never heard you talk about a sibling. Do you have any siblings?
I have an older brother. He's 5 years older, and an older sister. She's 4 years older.
Okay.
And we get along great. They're fun and they're loving, but completely different.
Okay.
My brother always does just enough to just get by. He's retired, so he's using his GI Bill of Rights because he's just going to school and just taking a few courses here or there, and that's it. And he's very happy doing that. And my sister, she's a bit of a go-getter, just likes to keep going. She has several grandchildren, so she's always on the go. And then I had one other who was older than me, but she passed away a couple of years ago.
Right.
And, but we were all loving, and mom and dad raised us to do that, but so completely different. So yeah.
I have a sister. She's 3 years younger than me. She lives in Fairbanks, Alaska. And again, complete opposite of me. And I don't know that you'd get that in a short read. Like if I was like, if you pop into my house and she happened to be there because she's visiting in town, you wouldn't see any of that because she does a good job of kind of masking that. But she's a little bit of a powder keg, so always getting ready to erupt. That's for sure. That's definitely part of her persona, and but a good person, and has done well. But just to give you an idea about how different we are. I mean, when she was, and she's had several jobs, it goes back to the powder keg comment, she can be a handful to deal with, so she's had to change careers a couple times. But one of the things that she did, which I still can't believe, is she traded, a substantial amount of salary. We're talking, I believe, more than 4 digits, so five digits, so she could have a better title. So they said, okay, here's your job and here's your title. And she's like, I'd give you this money back, but I want this title. Because this is a better title. I could care less what my title is. That doesn't even factor. I don't care if you call me a manager and I'm making, for her though, it's important because you're like, what will people think if I'm listed as a director and not a vice president? I'm like, I think people think a lot less than you think they do. I don't think most people care really. I don't, especially if you're living a lifestyle that's associated with the money that you're making, trading in money for a title, I think is asinine. And it compounds if you stay there because your raises are based off what you got. What were you going to say, Justin?
That is completely stupid.
Yeah.
Like I had that conversation because the job that I have now, I had to go down a level for, but I didn't care. I mean, they were letting me keep what I was already earning, right. But I had to go down a level, and my title changed, and I was like, I told my new manager, like, I don't even care. Like, you can call me a fucking janitor as long as you're paying me for the work that I'm doing. Like, I don't care what my title is as long as I am getting paid my worth.
Yeah. So it's just it doesn't even equate with me. So I can't think that way. So it doesn't even just make any sense to me. But people are different, and certainly my sister and I are different. And I love her, and she's done good with her sons. I like her boys. Her husband is a great guy. She's doing awesome. So, and I'm really happy. And she's family for sure. She's family. So, but that's different. And even when she explains, what it was like growing up, I'll hear her, telling stories. It's like, did we grow up in the same house? That's not how I remember this. She's like, how mom and dad were really hard on us for this, and I'm like, no, they weren't that way at all. What are you talking about?
My brother and I, because we're so far apart, we both have only child syndrome.
Right.
Because when he was old enough to care, I was too young, and when I was old enough to care, he had already moved out. But
he could buy you beer.
No, he didn't do that. But since we were a boy and a girl, we got treated different. Like, I actually did pay attention to the things that my brother got to do. And so then when I got to that same age that he was, and then I'd say, like, can I do this? And my dad would be like, no. Like, well, you let Jeff do it. Well, that's different. Jeff's a boy. And I'm like, that's bullshit.
Some of that happened at my house too. My dad, and I never had to deal with that. I would be like, I would probably fall on some of those things. Some of those things you just assume boys they'll just fend for themselves. And then your little girl, it's like, I need to be, making sure things are okay. So I don't know, because I never had I only have one kid. I don't know for sure, Justine, but I think the propensity there is kind of normal. What your dad did was pretty normal.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. And honestly, if I had children now, I probably would do the same thing. But we also live in a different world now than when I was a teenager. Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely probably would say the same things that my dad said. But
you end up doing all that, though. Everything your parents say, you end up saying yourself at some point. It's so frustrating. Yeah. It makes you angry because you just think there's a time in your life when you just think these are the dumbest people in the world. They're so out of touch. This isn't the 1950s anymore. I remember, when I'm growing up in the 80s, and I'm like, this isn't the 50s anymore. Things are different now. And then I have a daughter who's being raised in the 2010s or whenever it was. Mm-hmm. I'm saying the exact same shit that my parents were saying to me. And
I actually did that. So when I was doing hair, I used to do this lady's hair, and then she brought her teenage son in to get his hair cut one time. So then she kept bringing him back to me. And the one time she came in and she was like telling me how they had problems, like he was doing this and this and this. And she's like, I don't ever want you to like tell on him per se, but like if you hear something like, will you tell me or whatever? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So she brought him in, and he was talking to me about sneaking out of the house. I did this numerous times. And like, he was telling me about how his parents caught him and he got in trouble. And the next thing that came out of my mouth was, I'm sure you thought that you were safe and doing nothing wrong, but like you could have got hit by a car, you could have got kidnapped. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm officially an adult.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it's true. Like, we don't think about shit like that when we're teenagers.
You don't when you're a teenager. So, yeah. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Justine. I've got a quick story here because I did something magical today. I was talking to Justine on the phone, and I hit a wrong button, and then I called her on the second line. I'm on the phone with her, and then I called her on the second line. And the phone starts ringing, and she picks up. I don't even do that. I don't even know.
Holding onto my phone, and it was beeping, and I looked down, and it said that Steve was calling me. But then he was also on hold, and I'm like, how the fuck is he calling me?
I don't even know.
At the same time.
I don't know. And then I was trying to see, because then it's like ringing. And I'm like, why is this phone? I'm trying to hit, it wouldn't let me do anything. Then it locked up. It wouldn't even let me hang up. I wanted to hang up at that point. So, yeah.
It's like that one time when you guys got the new cars, and I was driving Kat's car back to your house, and you were in your new car in front of me calling Royce, and it hooked up to the car that the phone Bluetooth, hooked up to my car.
Yep. Crazy. All right. On that note, it's time to drink, and Justine's up first. Justine, what do you got there?
I have some Neely Sweet Thump Dry.
Okay.
This is General Custard.
Okay. Wow. That was really good again. So she's
just a little bottle.
She's out in the lead, and that was a great cork pop. I've got Old Granddad here. This is the Bottled and Bond 7-year-old. So they've elevated their Bottled and Bond, offering a 7-year-old now. Let's see what we got here. That was nice, and I was hoping for good because I haven't opened this one in a while.
It creaked like an old man's joints.
Yeah. Yes, like my joints, actually.
Like me.
Yeah, like an Old Granddad, actually.
Yes.
So it was on par with the brand. So, Luke, you're next. What do you got there, sir?
I've got a bottle of Bomburgers. Not quite down, but
okay. Not enough there. Not enough going on. So we're going to go to Lenny last but not least. What do you got there, Lenny?
I'm still my own distillery, so I've got my own stuff. I've got a bottle of our rye whiskey.
Okay. No, nothing happened there. So Justine goes 3 for 3. She's 3 for 3. Cheers.
Damn, way to go, girl.
Right. Cheers. All
right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be sharing this random headline that I saw, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to weigh in on this one. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Matt Rainey, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. One day when I grow up, I'm going to grow a big boy beard, just like Colonel Steve.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are talking about a random headline that Steve found.
Yes, we are. So obviously, before we do the shows, I search the headlines, what's going on, and try to incorporate the latest. And this one was, it got picked up because of my search for whiskey. And it says, Huntington Beach okays hard liquor for Bikini bar near an elementary school. So I guess the provision they had put in, okay, you can have the Bikini bar, but no hard alcohol there. And, that's how they do those things. They're like, okay, that'll get us past, and then we'll get in there. And after we've been there for a while, we'll revisit this and be like, can we have the hard liquor now? And it got passed, and then there's people losing their minds because now we're serving hard liquor by bikini-clad ladies near an elementary school, or some say an elementary school. I want to say it as everyone on this podcast says it.
Name of our school.
So, what do you guys think about this?
Well, I got a question real quick, because I apologize for not reading article top to bottom. I kind of skimmed it. Did they allude to the proximity of, said liquor serving or alcohol serving establishment to the school? Like, was there a distance that they're too close to, or they just didn't like the idea that it's near school?
I don't know that they have the exact measurement.
Yeah, I don't see.
But they had to get a waiver for it to begin with, so it's within whatever their rules are. And
I bring that up, and I'll circle back to a real world example that I've watched play out just down the street from me. But typically, towns have a code that says to the border of a school it has to be X amount of feet.
Correct.
And I would assume that in this case they were closer than that, and they chose. Okay, that's kind of crazy in my opinion. Like, if you have rules, you have rules.
Right.
I guess is there a different rule if you add liquor, because they were serving beer and wine, and obviously they got a permit or license to do that within existing law.
So it says in here that a report from the police department listing over 70 calls for service in the past 10 years related to the bar include reports of rape, fights, disturbing the peace, misdemeanor assault, trespassing, theft, drunk driving, and drunk in public.
All during school hours.
I mean, it sounds
15.
It sounds pretty rowdy, to be honest. And they would have the records to corroborate that, I would assume, if there's a police report taken, if there's a rape occurred. It's not just calling. It can be harassment. I get it. If people don't like it, they can do dummy calls. But if they're checking it out and it has that many things, but that gets into a different issue. I would think,
kind of. But if all those charges or accounts of those things happened, if they happened at an ice cream shop, we'd be like, whoa, what is going on here? But,
But he also goes back to the headline thing, because again, this is the headline as lifted from the internet. This is how Huntington Beach okays hard liquor for Bikini bar near elementary school. Now, that tells the story, right? But shouldn't the story be Huntington Beach okays hard liquor for store that has numerous altercations and issues near an elementary school? That's the real story. Are the bikinis causing this, or are the issues of it's just too rowdy of a bar? They're not following the rules, or over serving people, or whatever it is. I don't know what's going on here. That's a lot of incidents in a short period of time.
You bring up a good point, but I sort of think bikinis are irrelevant in a weird way. Like, I guess I'm very like, 1+1 = 2. Are you allowed to have a liquor license that close to a school or not? And Luke brought up like, well, can they serve wine or like, whatever, or then is it like hard alcohol, whatever? My understanding is like, it's just no liquor license close to a school.
Right.
And they can make it, if I had to guess, they probably chose to bend the rules for that establishment at one point.
Yes.
And, they kept pushing after that.
Yeah. Once you get that, I mean, if you're, you got to be able to sell, hard liquor. I mean, if you're a true bar, imagine walking into a bar and there's just like, well, we only have beer. We got some setups, if you want to.
Yeah, we got White Claw.
Right. We got White Claw. So it makes sense. And, to Lindy's point, they probably shouldn't have been there to begin with. But once you say, hey, we're going to do this, well, then go all the way, I guess. Yeah.
But, like, it kind of makes me think of, have you ever seen the movie Horrible Bosses?
No.
There's the one character in there. It's got Jason Bateman and Jason Sudeikis, and I can't remember the other guy, but he's in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Danny DeVito.
No.
He's in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
It's a different guy.
Okay.
I think his name's Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
Anyways, so his character got arrested for peeing. He was drunk, peeing in a playground, a kid's playground in the middle of the night, like at 2 a.m. after the bar closed.
Okay.
And he got arrested for indecent exposure and put on the sex offenders list. And there weren't even any kids around.
Right.
So, like, how has that, I mean, I don't know if all of that is really a thing, like, whatever. Right. I mean, I'm sure that it is, but if any kids aren't around, like, I don't understand why you'd be put on this list. But anyways, like, how has none of that happened around there? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either, but can I interrupt with something completely irrelevant, but you just reminded me of it? When I was talking about my sister being arrested for biting a security guard, I feel that there's a little depth required to that story. What was actually happening was we were at a show in Vail, and she was trying to sneak a hula hoop into the show. And she stashed the hula hoop in the bushes. Then on the way in, she went out to the smoking section that was near the bushes, retrieved the hula hoop, and tried to sneak in with it. And a security guard grabbed her, and she bit the security guard. She didn't know who he was because he grabbed her from behind, and she just like reacted.
Okay.
Now, that has nothing to do with anything. But when you talk about this guy on this show peeing in the playground at night, it's sort of like what's so bad about that?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Same thing. My sister did a hard one night in jail for that.
Right.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Right. Yeah. I know you guys were on the edge of your seats about that. So.
Yes. So, there's nothing in here that leads the bikinis to be an issue, though, at this location. It's all about the problems, the fights, the rapes, and all that kind of stuff is truly the problem, right?
Right.
Well, isn't it though? The bikini part is a layer because it's across from an elementary school. Like it's not like it was a tuxedo bar. If it was a tuxedo
I gotta
bar,
say, if you take me back to elementary school and you put me on the bus, I'm always going to be on the side of the bus that's going to be on the side that's driving by the bikini bar, just in case.
Honestly, like what all are they seeing? Like we don't know what the building looks like. Like they could have the windows have like.
It's California. They gotta have some outdoor stuff too, right? I mean, it's California. It's beautiful weather.
Aren't they kind of painting the picture of, and not that I have a side in this, but painting the picture of bad government decisions in California? Like it seems to be the tone of the article.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I don't know.
Right.
And I would say it is. Probably not good decisions.
Yeah. So, it goes back to shouldn't have done a waiver to begin with. And I think that's a moral, something to take from this. And, now that it's in place, I mean, they're not doing anything wrong. They have their license. So, I mean, Now, the issues, but that's an ABC California thing to take care of. If they're breaking the laws and they're creating a situation, their ABC is going to have to go in and do some investigative work and see if there's problems, and if they're misusing, they're not doing things in the right way. That's a crackdown that they have to do. But whether they got a waiver or not, that's not their fault. They've requested one and they were granted one.
That's true, but something I think about a lot, and I'm sure anyone in business does, if they gave that, and they seemingly have, to a business within the proximity of the school, why should another business not have the same opportunity?
I agree.
That's what always gets me.
I know. But governments like that. I'm in a shopping plaza, and they are 3 spaces short. There's an ordinance in the city that I'm in.
3 parking spaces.
3 parking spaces short, based on the number of occupancy of the buildings. It's 3 parking spaces short, and every business that comes up, one of the things that you have to go through is they're like, ABV Barrel Shop is coming in. You have to stand in front of the city council and be like, they're 3 parking places short. Do we approve them? That has to go. Why? Once you do how could they say no to the next business that comes in and be like, well, we're not going to approve this because that plaza is 3 places short. It's stupid, but everyone has to go through it. They got to stand in front of city council because you have to get the waiver because they're 3 parking places short.
So according to Google,
okay,
in Huntington Beach, California, the minimum distance required between a liquor establishment and a school depends on the type of license, but generally local zoning codes require restaurants, bars, and off-sale liquor stores to be located at least 300 feet from any.
300 feet's the standard. Yeah, I think.
Ours is 250 feet, I believe, in this town.
Okay.
And we had an establishment, a breakfast spot it opened up, and they wanted a liquor license to serve breakfast cocktails. And they are not far. They're within, they're maybe 200 feet or 150 feet.
Right.
And I was always, I don't know the owners. I was always kind of astounded that they were given a liquor license because my kid goes to school, or used to go to school, across the street. And a couple of meetings later, a year later, I heard one of our board members state that they used creative measuring to give them that license. It's like, hey, did you just say that out loud? Creative measuring? Fuck.
Yeah.
That's government,
No,
that is government. Yeah. Yeah.
We had an inspector when we moved just across the alley to our new warehouse 3 years ago, who was just he was just being a hard ass, and there was like a monk's office 350 feet from it, and so in Santa Fe it's 300 feet, but he was stretching it out with some creative. When someone said creative measuring, that's exactly what he was trying to do, is to try and deny us. And then what do we have? We would have to appeal it to, and it's just been. But look,
if there were bikinis, I think it would have been approved.
Yeah.
That's really the story.
You bring in the staff. Yeah.
But he couldn't understand. We told him, so we're not serving anybody. We receive it, we deliver it. No one's, we don't even do tastings in there.
You're not marketing in any way. It's not like,
But I did a couple of weeks ago, because we got 2 shipments of wine come in from Oregon, and somebody turned the freezer on in the trailer, and our wine on the 2 pellets, Lenny, froze solid. I've never seen that. So I took pictures. The bottles were busted, corks were all over.
Right. Yeah.
But I found some and let it defrost and tasted it. I said, when you freeze it, it changes the whole chemical composition, and we couldn't salvage any of it. So that's the only tasting we do there. But
yeah,
Winesickles.
Yeah, Winesickles. There you go. Well, there it is. Interesting stuff. The bikini. They should have included photos within the bar there. There you go. I would pass that.
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Patriotic, no less.
Yeah.
That's Stephanie right there.
Celebrating America 250.
Yes, there you go. So, all right, on that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Luke, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find us on Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram, and you can find me on LinkedIn.
All right, Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deer Hammer on social media at Deer Hammer, on the webs at deerhammer.com. You can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
All right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley across all social media. ABVnetwork.com. We got a lot going on there, including our previous shows. ABVBarrelShop.com. Always cool things going on. I got a big farewell tour that's going on. You want to come by and definitely be part of one of those events. We're talking about amazing opportunities to meet with some of the most fun people in the world of bourbon there at the ABV Barrel Shop. You can check out more about that at ABVBarrelShop.com. And also check out Bourbon Sasquatch on YouTube. 8,400 of you and counting right now. So that's pretty good. We've been explosive growth. We're at like 7,800 a week and a half ago. So things are happening. There you go. And anything else to say before we get out of here, Justine? I got lost in myself there. It was so elegant.
The bikini talk.
It was the bikini talk.
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Later.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.